Yo, 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 what's going on, dialoguers? It's your boy, MineDialogue, back once again for another session. We're here on this Sunday night. Futures market has opened up. I didn't really do any analysis for gold or anything. They got a nice move, gapping down or opening a decent way lower than where it closed on Friday, and then it hit a key area and then got a nice, pretty beautiful bounce off of it. But the purpose of this particular video, I wanted to go into my analysis for SPY and what I'm expecting to happen tomorrow and the rest of this week. I think there's a decent amount of news that's supposed to be taking place for the rest of the week. So one of the websites that I use very lightly, I would say, is the Market Watch economic calendar. Especially, news drives a lot of the nice moves that we see in the market. And so it's good to see what's coming up, because you could, let's say you're in a play and there might be news that comes out or a report that comes out and it makes price action reverse or just do some type of takeoff that you weren't expecting. And so you can get caught off sides with that or get surprised with that. So it looks like tomorrow, Monday, there's nothing happening. There's no new schedule. So, and then we made a nice, decent move on Friday after they did the Chop Fest in the morning. They did that nice pop up. So we might get a nice little chop come Monday. We'll see. We'll look at some things to see if we can detect some potential setups on what might happen. But it looks like on Tuesday we got some things taking place, particularly the job openings is going to be a good report to pay attention to. Consumer confidence. They got wholesale inventories, retail inventories, and a couple other things. So their Tuesday is probably when the more decent move might possibly take place, depending on what they do on Monday. But let's jump into this thing, folks. So before I got on the video, I went ahead and framed out the key discount levels. This is how I typically frame out my levels. And, if you want to learn about how to get particularly the discount levels, you can hit me up via email and we could talk about getting you those levels. It's not hard, but it's also not something where I just want to give out, because I've worked very hard to identify the levels and have been paying attention to see how price action reacts to them in real time. And so they are very valuable to me. And so if you want them, it's going to take more than me just making a video about them. So I put them on the charts already. But in all actuality, even though they're very important to me, the things that I've given you outside of that will help you to still be an effective trader. So /investor. So I'm going to jump into it. So what you see here is, I'm just going to talk. I did my analysis on the 3-hour. The 3-hour is a time frame that I essentially not created, but added to other time frames outside of the standard ones, right? I added the 3-hour just because over time, when I've looked at price action, it helps me to detect certain things that are happening, especially if I can't see it on the 4-hour, or let's say like the daily or even the 1-hour. The 3-hour will help me to see some key things. So I have the end of the measurement. I started a measurement from down bottom to top. I have the 50% of that range. I identified two very key areas um, from the way in which I'm able to find the discount levels. And you can see that the areas pass through some key price action. So this area here, you can see we had kind of like this consolidation here, and then they use it as a support to go up. And then down here, it took place once we broke above it, we got an aggressive move, right? So I'm going to let you know there's a couple of key things that I noticed when I was doing my analysis. I started out on the 1 hour, but went to the 3 hour because I got this swing high right here that is important to me, because if we create a swing high, pretty recently, it's going to help me to determine potential price action that's going to come after. So whether that's a continuation, right? Whether that's a break of it getting support and then continuing up, or breaking it and preparing for a reversal to go back down. The swing high is important for me. And if you remember, a swing high is a candle that essentially goes higher than the candle directly to the left of it and the candle directly to the right of it. So it swings higher than those two candles in that 3 series candle sequence. Okay. So I'm going to go down on the 1 hour for a moment. So I detected like this head and shoulder pattern on the 1 hour, which is essentially like a W pattern as well. And I'm going to make this a little bit darker. I'm taking it up a little bit. So I noticed like this head and shoulder here, right? And so you can see you got like your head portion here. You can make that a little bit bigger if you want. But you got your head portion here. And then the shoulder parts here are like relative equal highs. Relative equal highs means that the swing high, the key swing high that was created here, let me see if I can go a little closer so you can see it better. The key swing high that was created here, right, is relatively equal to this swing high over here. It might be a little bit higher, but it's still relatively equal. So let's see here. It's like slightly above it, but it's relatively equal for me. So, if you were to strike a horizontal through it, they wicked into it, retraced, and then came back up and just blew through it aggressively. So that stands out to me. So they recently just made a head and pattern shoulder. I mean, I said that totally wrong. A head and shoulder pattern, or like a W pattern here, right? That led us to this nice little run up here. So that stands out to me. And then let's look at what the indicators might be telling us. I just like to look at the indicators to see if there's any alignment with what I'm seeing when I'm doing my analysis. So I'll go to the ATR versus DTR, or the average true range versus the daily true range, to see what my analysis is telling me. So currently right now, they have the upper ADR range, which spans from 636.76 to 637.08. And we're essentially up in that area right now. And they have the lower ADR range basically right there on the 50% of what I measured, right? So what's interesting is they have open week down here, which is what the week opened at last Monday, or the 20th. So that was key for me, and I essentially started my measurement down here, and I got the discount. So I want you to pay attention to this. Look at this. These are why my discount levels are so key and profound, right? Because look how price action behaves at the discount levels. We blast through open week here, right? And then we come back down. Look at this beautiful support we get off of the discount level on the 1 hour. They wick through it initially, and then they sweep it the next candle down. You get this beautiful takeoff. Look at that. That's why the discount levels are so key, because these types of things happen once you get like some type of wick or double wick. It depends sometimes. Sometimes they'll double wick into it like this, and sometimes they'll just wick it and take the heck off. So that's what it looks like on the 1 hour. Let's see what it looks like on the 30-minute. You still got wick there. Let's go down to 15. Right? Look at this beautiful, like you just have beautiful, support here. Just beautiful. Like, I don't know, like how you can get a more like just amazing entry. And if you look, like this took place, this particular move happened last Wednesday on the 23rd, and this was right at market open. So they sold down real quick, and then once we essentially on the 10-minute, we wicked into it 3 times. So you got a 1, 2, 3 wick, and then you got your takeoff. You had this little channel here. You had that channel here, and then that really served as support, because look at the channel. Look at that. Not only did it create this consolidation channel, but it also served as support. Right? Tiptoed in here, popped out, and then it just used it as support to gradually go up. The range has not been that great, or it's been fine. Like if you're going to get it on the move where, price really starts to move. But this range, as we've gotten higher up and hit all-time highs, it's like the range is contracting, like it's getting smaller. Because look, you got a daily true range of $2.74 and an average true range of $4.76. So if we kind of look to see what that means, we can do that in real time here. So it looks like on Friday, or no, this is Thursday. Let's go to Friday. So on Friday, we opened at 635.09, right? And then we got as high as, looks like 637.50. This might not be right. 57 or 58. Oh yeah, 637.58 basically. And so what is that? 635.09 to, let's see here. We got 637.58 minus 635.09. So yeah, so the daily true range is what we actually moved this particular day, right? Because we only cleared $2.74.79, and the average true range is what we normally move on any typical day, right? So that's what happened there. Let's see here. So we go back to our analysis here. Let's go back on the hour. So what we're going to try to do here is what I try to do when I'm doing my actual analysis. We're going to try to see if we can identify some channels, maybe do a couple key measurements and things like that to identify some areas of interest for us, so that come tomorrow morning, if I do decide to trade, if things make sense and I'm not like too busy, I may try to enter a trade. Regardless of anything that we find right here, this open is going to be key off rip, this 635.09, because if we come below this 3-hour 1.618% discount level of 636.77, I'm more than confident we're going to come down at minimum to get support at open, more probably even in this key area right here. So this is a key area for me right here because there was a lot of consolidation that took place right there. So that's pretty key for me off rip. So let's see if we could find anything on the 1 hour. So off the top of the dome, this stands out to me, and I think this is similar to what we found the other day, this channel going up. Look at here, right? And then, you know, the way in which I find channels, I just, you know, it takes time to visualize and see these things. You'll start getting it once you practice, but I try to look for like shapes and things like that, but also you got swing highs, swing highs, swing highs, and I just try to visually see, okay, we're making higher highs going up, and there's some type of connective tissue in this sequence. So immediately from creating this trend line here, right, as we can see, price action, right? Price action after market, we closed up here at 637 like 50. I'm expecting them to breach the 637.59 at minimum, and I can see us getting some type of rejection at this trend line, right? So now I haven't looked to see what SPY is doing in like you know, outside the market open right now. It's most likely, I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to up here possibly at the trend line, or we've started coming back down already. The only thing that would allow us not to really get the rejection off this trend line is if they gap up above it. And then at that point, we'd be looking to get potential support, meaning for it to go back down on the trend line to then pop back up. So I'm going to check Robinhood real quick. Let's see where things are currently for SPY. All right. So yeah, we gapped up. We gapped up above the trend line here, right? Because right now in these after hours trading, we're at 639.80. So we've gapped up pretty considerably. Wow. So we're all the way up here. I'm gonna tag it with a horizontal line. We're right here. We're all the way up here. So we're gonna extend this to the right because I want to see how it comes into play, if it does in the future. Right? So they're all the way up here to 639.80, which means they popped above it. Boom, boom, boom. They're probably here. So either they're going to get support off of it to continue up, or they're going to break below it and then come get support down here of where the high point was of the previous trading day, or upper ADR area. So we're doing that, and then I'm going to cast something on the bottom as well. Okay. So if we pop out, we've already popped out of this. If we reject and come down, then we'll probably get support inside this channel. So I want to see what price action will potentially look like on a 4 hour. So in reality, we can, even though we're above the top of this trend line channel, or this, you know, they call it a rising wedge. On the 4 hour or 3 hour, for example, they can go up aggressively above it and then sell it all the way down and just leave a wick exposed, like we've seen in the past. We've seen that in the past happen, so that's a possibility as well. So what I'm going to do now is, let's go down on the 1 hour again. I'm going to take off this ADR. Have a little bit more clean. So it looks like so we're creeping inside of this channel. Let me see what happened. So most likely, so we popped up above this channel, and now we're in here going into this corner. So I'm gonna do a measurement to see where we potentially might be trying to go. So let's see here. I'm gonna take it from this key swing high down to this key swing low, which was a part of this whole consolidation type sequence that happened right here, right? Which is like both a head and shoulder W type pattern all in one that happened, right? Boom, boom. And now we're all the way up here, which is crazy. All right. We're all the way. Look at that beautiful move. Right? So that happened there. Let's move this over a little bit so it can be a little bit more realistic, because we popped up like right there. Right? So again, you got this head and shoulder slash W looking pattern. There's your head. Shoulder. And you got a higher shoulder here. Or this area right here, like this, again, this piece of consolidation. This is gonna be your left shoulder here. The right shoulder's higher. Typically when I see this setup and the right shoulder's higher and we got this kind of rising tight wedge thing, not all the time, but I've seen this depend on, like if I can detect a pretty clear W slash head and shoulder pattern, we end up getting support off of the neck area. And if the right shoulder is higher than the left shoulder, we typically go up. So I'm not too surprised that that happened. I'm not sure what happened during the weekend, if there was news that came out, but for us to get a gap up like that, I'm interested to see what might have happened. So, okay, so I measured that sequence right there. That doesn't give a, so we got this 2.618 level here. I think that's the key level I'll be watching for a reversal to take place. Or, let's see. Let me see if I can do another measurement. Let me take off some of this stuff, y'all. Clean it up slightly. So that measurement didn't really give me what I want. I mean, it did, but I want something more convincing. So let's see. Okay, I think this might be a little bit more convincing for me. Or let's see here. Yeah, I think I like this right here. So let's just tag this where we are at currently at 10:47 p.m. with 639.80. This is the level I'll be watching right here. Is the level 2, because you typically get a reversal around that 2 level area, and so right, and this is the 1 hour. Well, let's do it here. So this is a 1 hour 2 level. Retrace measurement. All right, so this is a 1 hour 2 level retrace measurement. So I'm looking at that. I'm gonna tag a alert there. So that's what I'm gonna be watching for, some type of reversal. And I don't know yet if I'm gonna take the reversal move. We got a discount level here off of that measurement. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna tell you real quick before we wrap it up what I'm kind of expecting to happen. I gotta make sure I tell myself it's a retracement measurement, because I didn't do it off a normal measurement. All right, so I think for me, right, we're right here. So let's see if we can draw this again real quick. So right now price action looks like this. So we did all this, we did this. W. So we're right here currently in aftermarket hours. We're right there. What I'm looking to see can potentially happen is we go take this 2 level, close above it, and then I want to look for my entry model for us to sweep the highs, and then let me see if I can get the drawing tool. How much time we got left? 4 minutes. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Where's the drawing tool? I don't think I ever used the actual drawing tool, to be honest. So I'm gonna, you know what I'll do? I'll just use a path and tell you what I think might happen. So we're at this we're currently at the 680 right now. 10:50 p.m. I wouldn't be surprised if we do something like this. Close above, sweep, and then come back down here. I'm gonna make this a different color. Let's make it red. So this is kind of what I might expect to see. This wouldn't be such a big enough move, in my opinion. There's no news tomorrow, and they're gapping up right now. So that makes me feel like they're trying to manipulate. So I might still take this move, this reversal move off of the close and sweep, and then reverse down. And I feel like we might pop back down inside of this channel and then probably create like a bigger head and shoulder. This might be the head portion here, and then the right shoulder continue up. But I feel like we want to come back inside of this channel, address the gap, because this is going to be a gap up. If we stay up, it's going to be an open void space here, right? Gapped up, and then we address the gap up, come inside the channel, and get support at the bottom of the channel to continue back up. So we'll see what happens, folks. I may make another video to go deeper and go into the lower time frames to really find out the exact area I'm looking for entry. But right now, I'll probably look for the reversal entry to go down, and I'll probably be out of the play by the top of the trend line, because that's over $1 move. That'll be a nice little move, and then see what they do after that. But that's it for now, folks, on this SPY or the S&P 500 analysis. I hope you were able to get something out of it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Donate to the Cash App if you feel so inclined. Cash App is MineDialogue, one word. That's MineDialogue. Email is MineDialogue, one word, .business@gmail.com. I hope y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all Monday. If I take a trade, you'll be one of the first to know. But if not, we'll just do some tape read and see what happens, y'all. Appreciate you. Have a great day on purpose. Love.